If you're a parent in the state of California, you simply have got to leave with your kids in tow. This is because breaking California bill would charge parents who don't affirm transgenderism with child abuse. How does it work? An updated bill in California has introduced the inclusion of affirming a child's sexual transition as a requirement for parental responsibility and child welfare. In other words, they are mandating that you affirm your confused son or daughter's choice of gender. And if they want to transition because they've been confused by the schools, then it's your responsibility as a parent to make sure to hand them over to the medical industry so that they can continue to profit. I couldn't imagine who's convincing these legislatures to do this. Could you? Follow the money. What this means is that failing to affirm transgenderism for a child would be considered abusive according to the proposed California State Family Code. So you're a child abuser if you tell your confused son or daughter that they are not a boy, if in fact they were born female. It's not the gender that is assigned at birth, as these trans individuals claim. It is what is observed. It is binary. Additionally, the bill suggests that a parent's support and affirmations for their child's self-identified gender would become a crucial factor in evaluating the child's well-being in custody cases. If one of the parents is a little insano and wants to affirm this, well, guess who's going to get custody of the children in California courts? The insane person, because they are catering to the insanos, because these legislatures have been driven, either they've been bribed by the medical industry, to which I could understand, at least that's logical, or they've been driven insane in terms of their virtue signaling with other people's children. I refuse to believe that if Gavin Newsom's son, daughter came to him and said, "Dad, I'm transgender," that he would be rah, 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 rah. But with your children, absolutely he would. According to a San Francisco attorney, Erin Friday, she's quoted as stating, "When you say that gender affirmation is in the child's best interest for health, safety, and welfare, it takes nothing to say that non-affirmation is now abuse, because you're not taking care of health, safety, and welfare if you're not affirming them." This is the state taking away your children. They have the teachers at the front line that are going to go ahead and, having been indoctrinated into Marxism, they are going to start confusing them. Then the moment that the child says to their teacher that I feel a little bit boyish today when they're a girl, they're going to do everything they can to get you on board, including via the subtle threat that you will be considered a child abuser by the state if you don't go along with the children and send them to be butchered by the medical community and have their genitals cut off, because these people will take away what you love most. They will take away your freedoms if you disagree with them. And if you think this is any more a slippery slope, just take a look at Canada, where people are being imprisoned, as they were in British Columbia. That was exemplified in the film What is a Woman, for misgendering their own children. This is what the child abuse is, where the parents are going to go to jail, where they are going to take your children away from you. These same people that got COVID wrong are almost certainly the same people that are doing this. And believe me, that money is playing a major role, where the medical providers and the pharmaceutical industry is doing nothing to contradict, but only to affirm, including telling legislatures how much they're going to make off of this and donating some of that money into the campaign. And obviously, they're not telling them how much they're going to make. That's all on the down low, and that's just agreed upon as normal. But get your kids out of California. You cannot stay there. It's time to vamoose people. I left in 2017, the end of 2017, because I saw this coming. When you go to California and you see this dystopian that it is, and the homelessness that exists that didn't used to. This is a marker of a state that is so poorly run that they actually encourage it. get out of California, people. If you're a parent, especially, hightail it out of there. If you're homeless and you want to shoplift as a profession, by all means stay, because they will support you, but not sane parents who really love their children. Them, they will penalize and criminalize and call child abusers, because that's confession through projection, which is exactly what the Democrats are.